Sars now. End Sars now. End Sars.
It is a common saying that the police is your friend. But in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. A citizen thinks the police is anything negative and not a friend. The hashtag #EndSARS has continuously trended on social media and on the lips of countless of citizens in Nigeria as to the unabated vicious killings by operatives of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad.
Personally, I've been harassed thrice by the Sars men. I'm a businessman that runs a company here in Lagos in Nigeria. I'm an employer of labor. Yet they will harass us without any sort of pity. They extort us, and the height of all was at the last one. I was on an emergency call from my family house. I was stopped at the bus stop. I had a laptop and my car key with me. The questions I was being asked was, they need a receipt for the laptop I was holding. I was in the extreme of Lagos where I could even get it. And unfortunately, I had to call my mom down to come bribe them.
Recently, Nigerian social media has been swamped by tales of indiscriminate arrests, extortion, and murder by Sars officials. Nigerians have called for the government and police force to take appropriate steps to investigate and address the brutality, but little has changed as even more dreadful stories continue to surface. The governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, recently took to Twitter condemning the act of Sars after the brutal killing of a young vibrant man in Port Harcourt by men of the Sars unit for refusing to unlock his phone. It described the act as unacceptable and clamored for the reformation or outright dissolution of Sars because they have become a menace to the society. A recent victim of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad is Ifeoma Abugu, who was allegedly raped and murdered by a personnel of the squad while in detention at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Abugu, a graduate of the Institute of Management and Technology, Enugu State, was arrested by Sars operatives at the residence of a fiancé, Afam Ungwunwa, in Mumba village, Lokogoma area of Abuja. The following day, the 28-year-old, who recently concluded a National Youth Service Corps one-year program, died at the Gwagwalada Specialist Hospital in the Federal Capital Territory. It was reported that she had visited a fiancé after the introduction in Enugu 4 days earlier in preparation for the wedding in December. The family has asked the police to immediately do an autopsy and forensic investigation to determine the cause of death, as Sars officials claim she died of cocaine overdose. It was gathered that the 3 Sars officers of the Federal Capital Territory Command that carried out the operation were on illegal work. The deceased family lawyer, Ifeoma Abugu, revealed that the officer did not get permission for the operation, and contrary to the Sars operatives, the pictures of Abugu's body show she was physically and sexually abused.
My name is Mama Ifeoma Cosmas. I work with Cosmic Legal Consults, a firm of lawyers that represent the deceased family.
What can you tell us about the case of Ifeoma Abugu, who was allegedly raped and died in the custody of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad?
The case of Ifeoma Abugu represents one of the most worrisome cases I've encountered recently. A situation whereby a lady who just finished cooking in the evening and everybody ate and dispersed was arrested by the Sars officers few minutes after, and the officers are alleging that they found her unconscious with drug substances right in her before. That is so worrisome. Of course, according to the deceased family, and those who have seen the deceased and the pictures available to us and the deceased relatives too, it appears the lady was gruesomely battered and as well most likely sexually assaulted before her demise.
What proof do you have that she was sexually and physically assaulted before she died? What proofs there has to be signs of something done to her for us to get that?
Yes, of course, there are signs available to at least the layman for now that yes, she was likely sexually assaulted. We have certain marks all over her body and all that. But we are actually at the stage of serious forensic examinations and autopsy to determine the veracity of the claims.
How was it concluded that the substance that was found on her was cocaine by the Sars operatives?
That is the height of ignorance, of course, on the part of the Sars operatives, for them to conclude that the substance they found a particular substance which was cocaine. Of course, in fact, as a matter of fact, the deceased fiancé says no substance was in his custody. That there is nothing like drug substances that he deals with, and there was no drug substance in his custody. That of course the allegations of the Sars operatives are blatant lies on their parts. So, and of course, before you could say that a particular substance is a drug substance, you are supposed to at least have passed the substances through laboratory analysis, and it would prove positive for you to say that substances I saw was a drug substance. It is within the purview of the Nigerian drug law enforcement agents to, of course, take care of that aspect and not the Sars operatives in the first place.
Okay, so what are the steps that are being taken right now by your firm to bring to book the operatives that committed this offense if they are found guilty? So what steps are in place now? What is being done right now so that the death of the deceased doesn't go silent?
All right, it is already in the public domain. The information is in public domain already that we have petitioned the Inspector General of Police in this matter, and the Inspector General of Police is actually the police is taking steps to ensure that justice is done in the circumstance. Preliminary investigations have been carried out, and we are at the stage of forensic examinations and autopsy to get scientific proofs to the claims of the complainants. Our firm also has undertaken a fundamental right enforcement process to ensure that we get redress for the deceased and the family. Of course, we have also written to the National Human Rights Commission on this matter, and the National Assembly too, where we are waiting for their resumption so that the motion will be tabled right there before at the floor of the House. We have also written to NAPTIP and International Federation of Women Lawyers to also try and wade into the situation to ensure that justice is done in this circumstance.
How is the family of the deceased coping? I am sure that you are keeping in touch with them. So how are they holding up?
Of course, the family of the deceased's mother, who is the only surviving parent, is not yet aware of the incidents because she suffers from a particular kind of illness that she is not meant to be aware of the developments about her daughter right now. The family of deceased, of course, they are feeling very sad at the moment. And of course, we are not looking at it as a fight for the family of the deceased alone. We are looking at it from the angle of fighting for justice and ensuring that, yes, let the right things be done and let justice be gotten for the deceased and the family. And let this kind of incidents not repeat itself anymore. we have had in recent times several incidents of SARS abuses. And then we find, of course, in Port Harcourt some days back where a particular young man was shot 4 times and he died just because he refused to unlock his phones for the SARS operatives. Yeah. We have seen a lot of other incidents in this country, a kind of a gross abuse on this part of the SARS operatives. And this is so annoying. It is not something that we can keep quiet about. Of course, we have the liaison office of the Enugu State government is also in touch with us to ensure that justice is done in this matter, because the disease is from Enugu State. And then we are getting in touch with the governor so that we can get justice in the suit. The member representing the constituency of the deceased at the House of Representatives is also in full support of the fact that, yes, the deceased is known to be very decent and from a very decent family too. The family also says, oh, the person you are talking about and saying she was on drugs is not a type that even takes alcohol in the first place. And even the people that knows her within the vicinity where she visited her fiancé says, no, look, this thing cannot be. It's Ifeoma Stella that we all know. You are here alleging that she was on drugs and you recovered certain drug substances. Of course, there is no witness to that effect, that there was certain drug substances recovered. These officers that went on the raid, they didn't have any search warrant. Not even a warrant of arrest either.
Wow. Okay.
Of course, the SARS, the heads of SARS, the OC SARS confirmed to us that, of course, these guys were on illegal duty. You know, it is just unimaginable witnessing this kind of circumstance.
Okay. Is there any report that has not been dished out yet concerning this issue? Visiting the lady, is there any report that has been missed out that you could relate to us right now?
Yes, we are actually trying to reach for the police preliminary investigation reports. We are in touch with the investigation police officer to make available to us certain reports with respect to this matter. According to him, we have to reach the Commissioner of Police to that effect, and we are taking the steps forthwith.
Okay, so is there anything that went missing? Is there any fishy event that happened in the house, probably after the SARS operative left? Probably something went missing, or there was a notice of something, anything?
Of course, the deceased fiancé alleges that a particular sum of money got missing in his house, about 98,000 naira to be precise. And a particular pumping machine is also missing since the invasion of the SARS operatives in this apartment.
And are they sure that this happened after the SARS operatives left? Is there a proof that it might not be them, or it might be them?
Yes, that is it's still at the level of allegations by the deceased fiancé, which of course he has to substantiate. As soon as the judiciary resumes, they hear our fundamental rights applications that the process.
The family wants justice to be served and for the matter to be thoroughly investigated. May her soul rest in peace.